ونادوا أصحاب الجنة أن سلام عليكم لم يدخلوها وهم يطمعون.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the Voice of Salaam with our boy Danang. Assalamu alaikum Danang.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing, my man?
Very well, thank you. Second Ramadan in Netherlands.
Nice.
Trying to go strong. I forgot to do iftar 2 days ago.
We already spoke a little bit outside, and it was very hard to refrain to shift the conversation again to food.
Yep.
It's 1 hour until, right?
2 1.5 hours.
1.5 hour. Okay, so we're in the final moments of the fast. Danang is second year in the Netherlands.
Yep.
Salaam member, IT guy from Salaam, working on IT stuff. Very classified. Will be really soon. Don't worry, you will all get to know it later.
Inshallah.
So, inshallah. So before we start everything, I thought of something very original, which I didn't steal from any other podcast. It's like a quick fire round.
Sure.
So I ask you some questions, like 10, and then you answer them as quickly as possible. You can always nuance it later, but try to, break the ice. So the first one is, it's already hard for me, but okay, let's go. So first one is coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee. Chicken or lamb?
Chicken.
Oh, this is quite smoothly for you.
For
Giving up gaming or TV shows?
Gaming. Already gave up gaming, that's the thing.
Yeah? Okay. Place where you most want to travel to? Don't think that's a perfect. Okay.
What happened to yes or no questions?
Yeah, it's everything.
Place I wanted to go.
Got you off guard there. Huh?
Japan at the moment.
Japan, nice. Biggest Iman booster?
Biggest Iman booster? Oh boy. Oof. I'd say praying.
Praying? Nice. Breakfast or dinner? I'm very passionate about this question.
No preference because I eat the same thing for all 3 meals.
Okay, but which one satisfies you the most? In the morning?
Satisfies me the most.
Like in the morning or like in the evening? Like the morning?
Okay. Am I allowed to go? How far in depth am I allowed to go? Or are we still in the fire round?
We're still in the fire round. Just make
okay, fine. Dinner.
Dinner.
For
okay.
now.
For now. Nice car or nice house interior?
Nice house interior.
Dine in or delivery?
Dine in.
Dine in. Okay, here comes the big question. Turkish or Moroccan tea? Oh, I think you can think about this one. Just keep in mind that this is a very loaded question.
Forgive me, I forgot the difference.
Okay, so
forgive me, audience.
You're putting even more pressure on me. Now I gotta explain it. Okay, so Turkish tea is black tea. Just some black tea, but it's Turkish, right?
All right.
You know it, right? If this oval shaped cup.
Oh yeah,
that's Turkish tea,
I
right?
remember. Yeah.
And Moroccan tea is with mint, some Chinese gunpowder tea or anything else, just some form of tea with a lot of sugar. I think you have had both, right? Once in your life.
I think I did. And I think I'll have to go with Moroccan.
Moroccan, the sweet one with the mint. Okay, there you go, guys. Okay, so any nuances you want to make? Because those were already 10.
The nuances?
Yeah, so, or you will have anything which you would like to explain?
Breakfast and dinner. As an Indonesian, I was raised in a household where I basically eat rice 3 times a day.
I completely understand.
As you probably experienced yourself.
Yeah.
So for me, there's not much of a difference between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. However, the thing with breakfast is that you have work right after or studies. So
You constantly delay.
You basically take your time with your breakfast. Or in the case of during Corona before Ramadan, you would do it during classes.
Yeah.
Why I would choose dinner? Maybe just because right after I finish the meal, I can not do anything. That's it.
Chill. Watch TV shows.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not game anymore. You already made the decision.
The thing about gaming is that I need to invest attention. But in the case of TV shows, I can pause it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone has had the experience of explaining to their mom that you can't pause a video game.
No.
And I just don't want that conversation anymore.
He's done with it. All right. Okay. So you said something weird there, which I can very nicely use to bridge the conversation. That is the Corona.
Sure.
You come here to this country to enjoy, to be outside.
Yep.
And experience the Dutch culture. But then this Corona thing happens, right? How did you experience it up until now? Is it like fine? Difficult?
See, the thing with me is I already tend to stay at home a lot. So I kind of want to say that Corona didn't affect me that much. But lately, I do feel that going outside, specifically just getting outside of your room, really does make a difference. So especially now when it's a lot warmer outside, I take my chances and have a walk.
Like the only days when it's warm outside in this country.
Yep,
only
only hours. I still don't understand how it's 0 degrees in the morning.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, like you said, like just the fact just going outside to take a break.
Yeah.
My mom's, who's probably listening to this, is like, oh, preach. Because he forces me to go outside. Like, you're inside the whole day. Go outside. So yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to this, to go outside, right? But then you were not born here, obviously. You're Indonesian.
Yep.
You are from Jakarta, slightly to the south, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I come from Bogor.
Bogor?
For those of you who know, Bogor, yeah.
Shout out to those guys, right?
Hey, Bogor guys.
Bogor guys. And then you went from Indonesia to
Qatar. Yeah, Qatar.
Yeah. For work, for your parents' work.
Yeah.
And then you were how many years old?
I came in 2007, so I've been there for 12 years. Yeah, 12 years.
Okay, so you were 6. That's what I also remember.
Yeah.
When you left Indonesia.
Yeah.
And then you were into Qatar. And that was high school, I guess, right? Also primary school, just.
Yeah, so I stayed from year 2 until year 13 because it was a British curriculum.
Okay, so it's an international school.
Yeah, it was an international school.
Okay, so do you speak Arabic?
That question. Yeah, about that.
Let's go.
Because I went to an international school, I mostly spoke English.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's still around a 50-50 split of ethnicity. Well, I don't want to say ethnicities. Of locals and non-locals in the school. I still get to not really experience is the word I'm saying. Is to hear some Arabic outside of the mosque.
Yeah.
So I hear the everyday talk, but then not to the same extent that I do here, where even on campus I would hear Dutch.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go in school, even in the supermarkets, everyone speaks English because the percentage of locals in Qatar is around 10%.
10%?
Yeah.
So also in the supermarket, just English?
Yeah, pretty much. So
it's not like
for tourists it's really nice, but then for those who want to learn
Arabic,
want to learn Arabic, it's not. There are Arabic schools. My parents have taken Arabic classes like outside of their work hours. I wouldn't say they're as fluent as the locals there.
Yeah. And the Indonesian, how is that?
The Indonesians, alhamdulillah, I get to speak that at home. So I'm as fluent as how I left Indonesia, which is enough to answer some questions in Indonesian, but then anything to the extent that I have to explain myself or to write a formal essay, no, I can't do that.
So it's the informal level.
Yeah, very
the
informal
language,
level.
Yeah. That is then Indonesian, English, any other? Dutch? How's Dutch?
I'm learning. I just finished the courses for what's equivalent to B1. I'm still not that fluent in speaking. I'll be honest. But the thing is, I feel I can understand, say, newspaper articles or YouTube videos that's in Dutch. When I watch YouTube videos, because I'm in the Netherlands, I see Dutch ads. They're all in Dutch, and I slowly get the vocabulary from there, and also from the supermarket, which is required if I want to get the halal stuff here. Like skimming through the ingredients list, the little things. So reading and listening, I kind of do well, but not speaking.
Also means that if you are learning Dutch, means that you are planning to stay, right? If I'm correct. If I connect the dots.
If you connect the dots, maybe. If you follow the regression line, maybe.
Maybe, perhaps.
Personally, I just took the Dutch courses mainly because somewhat out of regret for not learning Arabic in the first place. Like, imagine living for 12 years in a country where you don't know the language. Yeah.
I see.
But I feel I've made more progress so far in the Dutch language than Arabic. Granted, Arabic is a lot hard. It's a lot more difficult language in comparison to Dutch.
It goes up much deeper, much more exceptions and everything.
Yeah.
So I want to, what I always like to ask the international students is, how do you experience the Netherlands and what was different? What did you expect? But the one thing I still want to discuss about Qatar, which was very surprising to me when you told me, and that is that your school did not have a prayer room.
Yeah. So
that was to me like, for me it was like, Qatar, the Islamic countries.
Yeah. The thing is, it is an international school, so their priority is to bring in English-speaking teachers and teach the students well. I'm not sure. Many students have been requesting it for a long while. So I moved to the school in 2009, I think, and we only got the prayer rooms as of 2012. So, and that was, as far as I know, simply due to as a consequence of reconstructing the buildings in school, not as an intentional thing.
Like we got
at least as far as I've seen. Yeah.
Then you also told me then that when you were going to Europe, you were very concerned about being able to pray. Is that correct?
Yeah. So, as someone who has only went to Europe for like holidays for summer, we would always my family would just do jama. We would just join the prayers together, and we wouldn't have a second thought about it because, we're Musafir, we're travelers. Okay, cool. We can have that exception.
You mean in Qatar?
No, as in so if I were traveling to Europe, I did, I think twice. I went to Germany, if I recall.
Mr. International. Many countries.
With a big asterisk. So yeah, but then when I really thought about it, the few months leading to come to the Netherlands, I thought, how on earth will I really fulfill my prayers? Like, as someone who came from the Middle East, the latest that Aisha would really be is 8 or 9 p.m. But then in here, Maghrib is at 10.
Welcome.
And yeah, so when I first came here in 2019 August, so most people would ask me, what's your culture shock? And personally, being in international school, I pretty much adapted really quickly to the different environment because I'm used to receiving those changes. But then being told that Fajr is okay, roughly the same time as back at home at like 3 o'clock, but then to have Maghrib and Isha close to 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
That was a big change. And
Because you're an early sleeper, I guess.
yeah, I was an early sleeper. I love my sleep.
How is that now going for you?
It's going. So right now, Maghrib is at around 8:30, close to 9. And Isha is at around, is it 10?
Yeah.
10:30, yeah.
Something past.
Yeah, around that much. So by the time I finish Tarawih, by the time I finish Isha, it's around 12. So I would sleep then, and
Wake up at 3.
wake up at 3, sleep again after Fajr, and then wake up on time for a 9 a.m. lecture.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's the one nice blessing in disguise of Corona, where I can just wake up 5 minutes before a lecture and turn on the webcam.
Oh, yeah, amazing. I respect your dedication. As for me, I just work until 6 in the morning, and then I sleep until Dhuhr. I wake up, and then I just work a little bit, and then like before, it's upside down. But I really like the way you take it.
If you decide to do tahajjud, you get to spend all those time awake and actually energized.
Yeah.
In my case, I don't really have that much of a flexible schedule. So hopefully when I finish university,
Yeah. For me also,
I
it's
get that
because
much.
I do I'm graduating on a project which is just on my PC, right?
Yeah,
So I
of
don't
course.
have lectures and stuff. So
Yeah,
that's
so that is a
whole
blessing.
different
Yeah.
thing, yeah. But also, like, for me, it feels like it's a bit too easy, right? I mean, you have to struggle a little bit, right? So I think in that from that side, you're experiencing Ramadan like more completely, right? Because you have more struggle, and that's I think. Personally, so culture shock, I really like that. The late Maghrib and the Isha. What was the first Dutch word you learned? Do you remember, or one of the first? Or
The one thing that stood out is maybe uitgezonderd. Just because that's this sign on the street that says bikes are an exception to the rule for traffic signals for something. For the longest while, I thought bikes weren't allowed in that area. So a quick Google Translate really saved my commute time.
So the bike culture in the Netherlands, did you find that somewhere else?
Sorry?
The bike culture in the Netherlands. So everyone is on the bike. Basically, the guy on the bike is the king on the road.
That took me a long while to grasp. I have a, I guess I can call a senior student that was from my high school. And he somewhat introduced me to like the Dutch life, like cycling and like the partying, the culture there. Of course, he told me they're very accepting if you don't participate in those things, and very understanding, especially with the number of immigrants here.
Do you see that as well?
Yeah, very much so.
But is it like in other countries that it's not the case? Because that's what I always wonder. Like they say the Dutch are very accepting, but like if you go to another country, are they like very unaccepting of the fact that you don't participate?
I'm also curious because I've lived most of my life in Muslim majority countries, so I have no idea how to answer that.
Yeah.
Wait, where was I?
You were speaking about how they're very accepting, that you're a senior friend.
Yes. So he was talking about how everyone rides a bike there, and it's very convenient to just grab and go. But it's one thing to hear it and another thing to experience it.
It was really like for you, like, whoa, so many bikes?
It's more of at least outside of the Netherlands, bikes are treated as second-class citizens.
Yeah.
If many of the viewers are from outside the Netherlands, would realize. So when I'm, say, at a crossing light where there's not crossing light, at an intersection, say, where there's no traffic light, I'm used to the situation where I would wait for a car to pass. But oftentimes here, they would give way.
Yeah.
And even in the cases where the cyclists aren't meant to go, they still give way because for some reason, we have rights here.
They are the kings on the road. If you have any insurance issue, a car versus a bicycle, then the bicycle is like very on the very good side, right? It's like So yeah, the Dutch cycle like their kings, which is surprising to me though that it was that surprising to you.
Well, you can tell that to the foreign audience, but it's really hard to grasp and. Until you actually get on a bike and then see that people are riding alongside cars
and also
without any
a lot
fear.
of people, right?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Very big chain.
Before Corona, I got a few glimpses of bicycle rush hours, which is a very Dutch thing, I might say.
Yeah. That's for me also. When I see that, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is really Dutch. So speaking about really Dutch. I have some descriptions I get from other people, how they perceive the Dutch people to be. So I'm also interested in yours. If you would describe the Dutch people themselves, maybe their culture as well, but also their behavior and how they are different from maybe Qatar or Indonesia. Could you give an opinion about that?
Sure. I accidentally stepped on. Hopefully the audio is fine.
Okay. That was your fault, not mine.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Not my fault.
If it breaks down, my fault. Sorry. Sorry, what was the question?
The question was, describe the Dutch people to me.
Yeah, so the Dutch people. So what most people would say is that they're very upfront and very direct. And that is true. But I think what's more prominent feature for me is that they're very accepting. Maybe it's because I'm used to living in very, I don't want to say non-accepting, but then very confined groups where different ideas aren't really taken too well. But then here, different religions, different faiths, different backgrounds are really taken as is and respected.
Respected, yeah. Yeah, I do agree. Like, but for me, it's already a given. But to hear it from you again just confirms it that they are indeed very accepting. Also direct. Some people are actually in shock how direct I am. I speak to like a new international. I often have like international people. They come into the Netherlands and then I invite them or just speak to them, and they don't expect it. Not from me as well, because I don't look that Dutch.
Yeah.
And then I ask them like very direct questions, and they're like, they have to be like, oh yeah, and then they answer, right? So yeah, I do see the Dutch culture also affected me a lot.
Maybe if you add some of your Dutch accent to your English, maybe they'll get it.
Get it. Yeah, they do say like, you don't have an Indian accent, so I was concerned, I was suspicious. But yeah, so you would say the direct, okay, very nice. Then you started your bachelor's here in computer science.
Yep.
You're very into that?
Yeah, very much into it.
Yeah. So what branch of computer science is like your?
The easy cop-out answer would be my dad did it, so I want to do it too. But personally, I really enjoy computers. When I was young, I liked tinkering with computers, breaking apart robots and Legos and stuff like that. And I like messing about on a computer, basically everything computers. But then also I enjoy the math aspect, the problem solving, the engineering aspect of computer science.
So do you already know what you would like to do after you're done, or are you still a bit?
I thought I do. So at least in the past year, I've been reconsidering what I really wanted to do. So initially, I really wanted to get into the hardware side of computers. So making motherboards or what was it called? CPUs, microchips, stuff like that. But then, at least in TUE, the first 9 months, I was basically introduced to none of that. I was introduced to basically the theory of logic, the essence of logic, how you reason with thought. And basically after my first year, I went through this rabbit hole of what is it that I'm really interested in. And I'm still looking to, I'm still trying to find that niche per se. Right now, I'm thinking in the realm of cognitive psychology, which on first hand may look like a complete tangent, but then if you really consider,
also, like you said, the introduction of your bachelor was about
logic.
So that doesn't seem that much of a tangent.
But then most people think of computer science as, oh, you can make apps, oh, you can make websites.
You don't even learn to program, I think, in your bachelor's, right? In the first
you do, but it's only first 10 weeks, and that's it.
Yeah, but because I know a lot of people who do like the HBO, right? You know HBO, right? HBO.
Oh, HBO, yeah.
HBO, not the TV shows. HBO,
No.
And they expect it to be like computer science, right? Programming.
Yeah.
And it's not at all, right?
No.
Yeah.
Computer science is it's a lot of math. So if you think you can just type and get money, no, it doesn't work that way. There's a lot of math.
I do like the subject of cognitive science as well. I think it does really match the computer science part. I do think it does. I read, I think, 1 or 2 books about it. I don't know if you do read books about cognitive science or not, or
I've just started.
Which one did you?
I just started the course Thinking and Deciding, where the title of the book is just Cognition, and I'm just the first chapter and I'm already hooked.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so what is it about exactly then?
Basically exploring how the thought process works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I read was Thinking Fast and Slow. I don't know if you know that one.
Oh yeah,
It's a very
that's also
popular
part of
one.
the syllabus I'm working on.
Okay, great.
I'll get to
computer science.
This course is a part of psychology and technology, so it's one of my electives.
Okay, but it's on a TUE.
Yeah, it's in TUE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Think so.
So yeah, they're making me read it.
Yeah. But then it's less fun if you're forced to read it. I remember this one book, I had to read it and I didn't like it. But then like a few years later, I saw it on my shelf. I was like, oh, let's read it. It's so amazing, right? Or do you know 1984?
No.
That book? We were forced to read it. Nobody likes it, but now everybody likes it, basically. Also, something on brain plasticity. I would also recommend you that, but I'll give you them later. So how did you come into contact with Salaam then? That's also something I actually don't know.
Can you guess, actually?
I will make a guess.
Yep.
You were in the prayer room.
Yep.
You saw Ahmed.
There you go. We're done. Podcast over.
I'm stealing his style, by the way. I don't know if you know this, but this is like Ahmed's style. So I'm slowly starting to become Ahmed, right? So also in the prayer room, speaking to people.
Ahmed just finds everyone.
Very, mashallah, very Allah Mubarak. Like he is always, when he sees someone, he steps up. It's like, hey, Salaam, this and that. Very passionate. So that's how you came into contact with Salaam, yeah. And then the IT part?
The IT part, so how did I meet the IT part? So in my first year, I met Ahmed, and I mainly participated in the in like the Friday prayers, and
Iftar?
yeah, I went to the.
Wait, you didn't
No,
have
I
iftar.
didn't have iftar with you guys yet. I had the Salaam meeting in the Krusrat,
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I went to the boys' night with pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's where we met.
Yeah, I
for
think
the second
so.
time or first time, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got introduced to a lot of people then.
Yeah.
But the IT side itself, I think it was Tariq. So Tariq is a guy from my year in my faculty as well. And he is very active in Salaam, and I noticed that he's been contributing a lot of IT side in Salaam.
Yeah.
And I think I approached him and asked, hey, do you need any help?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm in the WhatsApp group.
He's like,
Yep, basically.
you're in. There's no way out.
Yep.
Yeah, when I saw you at the pool event, I really liked it because you were very social and engaging. Nevertheless, a lot of people were speaking Dutch, and there were a lot of Dutch people. I think you were the only at that event. You were the only one who were international. Maybe only one or two people.
Maybe.
And what happens a lot, and I totally understand because I have that too. When I'm in an environment where everybody speaks a different language, you tend to be less engaging, maybe less social. But I didn't see that for you, so it directly clicked to me that you're quite a social guy.
Well,
yeah, you think you might be introverted.
You say that, but I think my high school friends would be surprised to hear that.
Yeah, but also you said like I like to stay at home and stuff. But but I also don't like the whole extrovert introvert spectrum thing. Like you have your moments, right?
Yeah.
So very nice. You are working with the IT Salaam you have worked on the website, and now you are working on the.
Is it confidential?
Oh, I said it was confidential, huh?
Yeah, so...
Okay, exclusive footage, right? Go ahead.
All right, so we are planning on making an app. Inshallah, we're hoping to make it useful for Muslim students, particularly in Eindhoven, who is trying to transition in to studying in here.
So I heard prayer times, halal food.
Yep.
Masajid, where they are.
Yeah.
What else? Rules?
General tips and tricks of settling in Netherlands. If I recall, there's also discounts coming in, but I'm not too sure.
Oh, Tarek is really keen on getting like good discounts. Like he's really good at like locating the right ones.
I'm sure that he can probably do some discussions with the Turkish friends.
Yeah. So I really like that because also I think for new international students they can just browse like, okay, where can I buy this?
Yeah, definitely.
Or what rules on what, you know. But are there any tips you would give to someone who is coming to the Netherlands? International student, he's here, he's new. How would you like introduce him, help him out?
Out of the usual, like get a bike.
Get a bike.
The bikes are very useful here.
Get a bike, put on a crown, start biking.
Yep, pretty much.
Because I think that's a very important part you play as well, is we don't have much of that perspective, right?
Right.
Especially for the app, because the app is like, I think mainly for the new students, which are a lot of them are internationals. So there must be something some angle you can put the perspective, right? And then no pressure.
No pressure indeed. Okay. Maybe if I were to just on top of my head, know that there's other telephone providers than just KPN, T-Mobile. There's cheaper ones like Lebara, Lika Mobile. Is that how you say it?
Yes, I don't know. I say Leica, but yeah.
Other than that, Turkish stores and Arabic stores are very cheap.
And you can probably get everything you would want to
Yep.
have. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The fresh markets, go there. It has very cheap vegetables and very cheap fruits, especially now in spring.
Yeah. What I also heard was I was like, wait, they don't have, what's the word again?
What's in Dutch?
Gember.
Gember?
No, not garlic, but like, what's,
Knoflook?
not knoflook,
What?
the other one. Ginger.
Oh, ginger.
They don't have ginger in
Gimber.
Qatar. Like, they do have
Oh,
it,
they
but
do.
like, it's like very, like in the Arabic countries, you have to like, it's like imported, like it's,
Oh yeah, of course.
but
You have
like
to
also
import it.
expensive. That's what I mean. And it's not like you get it everywhere. That's what I heard, at least.
I'm not sure about expensive, but all I know is that my mom does use it a lot in her cooking.
Yeah, we
So
do too, yeah. No.
I don't want to say we have an abundance of it, but it's there.
Okay. Because maybe my friend was talking about it, but maybe he was more specific on Medina and Mecca itself. Because he
Maybe.
said, I got ill and I needed some ginger. And I had to, he's like, I was searching and I had to go to like a very big supermarket where it was like imported. But yeah, anyways. But by the way, any favorite foods? Meals?
In general,
Yeah, yeah.
or
Let's just pretend that we did not have this conversation like an hour ago,
Okay.
very complete.
does it have to be from here, or just
Okay,
general?
say one from here, and one Indian for me, and
Oh,
one
no.
general. So I don't
general.
know, are there any real Dutch meals though?
Well, I said
You
from
know
here.
better than me.
I said from here, but that could mean like
Turkish.
restaurants, pretty much.
Okay, sure. Anything
good.
you got from the Netherlands?
One thing that stands out, maybe kapsalon.
Yeah, kapsalon. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's very distinct from Netherlands.
Yeah. And they do know how to make it well. Like I see some in other countries, they try to do it, or the concept got leaked. Somebody snitched on our special recipe, and then they don't execute it like the Netherlands,
I
fresh
see.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kapsalon, right?
Yeah, that's all I have on my mind at the moment. Indian food.
Bring it to me.
Generally curry, any curry.
Any curry.
But then I haven't tasted enough to say which one is my favorite.
Okay, but you have tasted a few, right?
Yeah.
Because you had Indian friends there.
Yeah.
You also said there were a lot of Indians in Qatar. And,
Yeah, there's lots of Indian immigrants there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I gave 3. I said the here, Indian, and in general.
In general.
Your blog. You have your own blogs, right?
Right. So I write from time to time. So my username on everything is Dasyad00, DASYAD00.
Also, Linus Tech Tips as your profile picture.
Yes, pretty much. I just like technology. I do plan to post more on my YouTube. That's just my full name. Danang.
What do you do on YouTube?
Just anything when I'm bored.
Okay, so no likes, nothing specific.
Nothing specific. I don't plan to do anything specific
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
But one video that went viral was a tutorial video of how to slide downstairs. I just posted it this summer.
You can slide downstairs?
Slide downstairs, yeah.
On the stairs?
Yeah,
or
on the stairs.
on the like...
Oh, no. On the staircase. Not on the handrails, on the staircase.
Really?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Can we try it out?
Yeah, if we can cut to that.
Yeah. We'll cut to it later. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Don't worry. So you're gonna slide down the stairs.
Yeah, sure.
Like, okay. Well, I will
sure.
see it probably. Okay.
For me, it's a cringy video to watch again because I.
How did it went viral? Like, what is viral?
Sorry.
Like, define the viralness. How viral did it went?
Wait, what do you mean?
You said it went viral, right? Viral.
Oh, viral.
Viral. Can't pronounce it.
No worries. So I posted that video this summer before I went to the Netherlands because my passport was in the embassy and I couldn't leave the country. And then after I finished that video, I uploaded it. I did not look at the views until December because YouTube was my thing. I just like making videos for fun. And then when I had a look again, it was 20,000 views.
Okay, so just out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then
With someone with like 0 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I didn't plug it anywhere in my Instagram or in my
that's
Twitter
what I
at
mean.
all.
Like,
Yeah.
Because
So
in YouTube numbers, like 20,000 doesn't seem a lot, but when you think about it, like
yeah, and
20,000?
especially from a no-name channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's riding around 60,000 last time I checked.
booming.
Yeah, well,
So, yeah.
booming.
So you didn't look at the views. When I upload a video, I check the views every day.
No.
No 20,000 here yet.
My morale would go down really quick.
All right. Thank you all for watching. We're probably going to cut now, or we already have cut to a part where Danang is sliding down some stairs. Hopefully the security won't see us. And we will speak to each other soon in an event or another episode of The Voice of Salaam. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
All right, guys. We are here with Danang at some stairs. He's going to first demonstrate how to slide down stairs. And then he will try to teach me, I guess. All right. I'll try. Let's go. Amazing. Okay. Now I'm going to go.
Right, some impromptu.
Okay, no, I'm going to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, first you put your back foot in the ball, in the hole, in the middle of your foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right one for me then.
You can do your right, your left, whichever one is more natural. Yeah. Okay, if you jump down, how do you land your feet?
Left, probably left.
Okay, left foot forward. Okay, then, yeah, left foot forward. Slide it like that. Okay, and then let this thing slide.
This one.
Yeah, this one slide, and then land here. There you go. And keep doing it. Okay. There you go. You got it. There you go. There you go.
All right, thanks for teaching.
Impromptu tutorial.
I also want 20,000 views now, all right?